you know, this is what humans believe. They've been relying to the death of whom they called GAXUS. You know, they've been relying into one body and been focused into one abode. That they think this, they think that. Didn't realize if human is really wise enough to think or clever, they should think how many prophets, how many saints have been butchered. You know why? Because humans don't have a logic to think, because what they only knew is the Bible. They have not find anything else in other. That is discriminations. Discriminations to the others who died for the salvations. Yeah, I was whom they called GSUS, the MASSIAH. It's still for me, though I was deaf, for the king to receive the Bodhi or abode, as he was the Buddha, whom I told you before that he had a spirit, a Taoist. After I was his, when we are in the land of smile, I told you this before. I burnt the body when I was, because when he's here, it's like a hood or the garment. His garment I could wear, and my garment he could wear, because the garments that we have in the beginning, and even now, what I am burning, all those garments that I am sewing with my hand, because like the true church of God, it wasn't made by humans. The true church who was first, Peter was first seated into that, was paid by the blood, and it was like Gaisa. Gaisa was made by immortals in human flesh. Those times, humans are still humans, are still half. Why half? Because they were angels. They were angels of the 5,000 that was fed by the 5 loaves. And human think one body is enough to pay for the souls. No, that is the logic in their humans. It's like this. You think for 2,000 years, you would eat the same body all the time? You would eat the same meal every day of your life the same? It's like offering a whole pig. You think one pig is enough to offer your blood? One pig is enough to be crucified on the cross? Do you think one pig is enough for the 5,000 people? Do you think one pig for 2,000 years is enough? No, it wasn't enough why I've died as offerings. For me to get all the blood of his people. Blood EB. The blood EB is the blood of whom you call Jesus. Chapnel Elohim. He is type EB. To get all the blood for us to become ZDNAs. ZDNAs is the Father. A red carpet. Is that what you call color? Red carpet, because that's the Father. Pied butte. That is the logic in there, humans, that you cannot comprehend in the Bible, that it's written of whose saints died, whose saints are been beheaded, you think all those saints, which is they are only canonized in the true church of God is because we paid for the forgiveness of the sins for the resurrections. You know? That is what you don't think. Because all you've been doing is relying to the death of whom you call Jesus. That is why the humans did not do anything. Why? They've relied and relied and relied and relied into the crucifixion. They even make a slogan that I paid it all, Dillahara. Humans, I become a ransom in this end because those all has almost perished. I lost my freedom to think, free will to go anywhere, free will to do what I knew as what I need to do, and I knew what is the right thing to do. For me to choose who to give the life of salvation to as the Holy Spirits of God's. The archangels of the covenant, the apostles, the prophets, the saints, the truth. Not wannabe. They are so-called priests, false priests, pastors. Those who call themselves pastors are the one who is called false preachers, false priests, false the Jezebels. This isn't just the pastors, because even to this end there's many that covet suicide. What suicide they covet? Like those who preaches about bride of Christ, those who uses Bible and even use my name, God. Practicing divination, that is what they're doing. Leading the humanity to ashtrays. You know, it's like smoking a cigarette. Smoking a cigarette. Every time they preach the word of God or they deliver the word without spirit, they become ash on the tip of the cigarettes. That is what they do. And how many lives do they have? Nothing. Nothing for. They even just transgress the body. I let them transgress the body so that they can make reincarnations for themselves for the resurrections. But they didn't. Instead, they've been preaching the word of God. They preach. Because when you say the word of God, it is about the Bible that you preach. Those who speak about Bible, who speak about God. This isn't just about the pastors, but everyone that speak about God's. That gone into the world, prophesying, those who prophesy, whom they call themselves prophetess. They ain't prophetess, because think about it. In Revelation, there's only one called John that go out until to the end of the earth. This is the end of the earth. Only one prophet, only one Zion that are there. The Lords of Lords. Who is Lords of Lords? I am and Sadhu Sundar Silvare. I say Lords of Lords because I am the blood of Chapnel Elohim's people. Chapnel Elohim's broads. I'll say, chosen ones. When you say chosen ones, it is why you called me brothers and sisters. For he wants to be a big brother. He wants to be a big brother. Yet humans think when you try to reprimand them, they will just say, when every time, when you speak about God, when you speak about Bible and followed what is written in there, you are committing yourselves to suicide. Like I said, you are just like, these humans. You see how many humans that are here, just here is already a lot, How much more that all are out of the seas? Because this YouTube is what I called seas. Those out there are earth, or here earth and there seas. Many have gone out prophesying. When you say prophesying, that is also a meaning of they've gone out teaching the word of God, Bible, about God. What they do? Lead. And they are the blinds that are leading another blinds. They have no reincarnations, though they are, I've used death to give them salvations to reincarnate. But they didn't do that because all they want to know is, all they think is, oh, Jesus paid it all. Jesus did this, Jesus did that. Oh, no, humans. No. One abode is not enough for 2,000 years repeated sins. One abode is not enough for millions and billions and trillions of people. Why trillions? Those dead, you think dead are not dead? You think one body is enough to pay for the forgiveness of the sins? It ain't, human. It's like a pig, roast pig. In a battalion, you think one roast pig is enough. Think about it. Even when you go party, you won't just spend $1,000 for a party, for a banquet, or whatever you're doing. A wine costs already more than $1,000. It's the same of the life of whom you call Jesus. One body is only for the covenant, multiplied by the prophets for me to become them. For I to save us them, for them to become the judges. Why? We have so much to say to you at the incarnations of what you call judgment. Incarnations of what you call judgment, because the judgment has been still going on in spirit and souls. Now it's in souls. In souls. And then, once it's incarnated as word, it becomes flesh. And it becomes reality. That is how things being burned, and not like what you keep thinking that, oh, look out there, the Lord is there. No, that isn't just that way like that, humans. Spirit are born in spirit, and flesh are born in flesh. We have many things to do, baptizing the spirit, baptizing the souls, and baptizing the bodies, the chosen. So human, think about it. Your life is a life of cigarettes, that every time you preaches the word of God, you become ashes. When you are not into that. But you just wanna be. When you talk about God, your life is like a cigarette. Nothing. Like the end of the cigarette, you'll just become fossilized. Let's just say, a tobacco, nothing left. A tobacco, nothing left. That is what you are. Because in a party, you won't just spend $1,000 grand. You won't just spend $1,000 for all the people that you have invited. It's the same of whom you call Jesus. One body wasn't enough to pay for those tribes that was sent to the world or swept to the world. One body isn't enough for them to get back to what they were before time. That is why you have incarnations or reincarnations, for you to become one of us. The splitted tribes in the beginning, the love and hate, which through me I am uniting them. Why? Because the love and hate become both ransom. You know? The love and hate become both ransom. Why? The arcs of the covenants, what you call prophets, what you call apostles, what you call saints. Ark. You know? That is what it means, humans. Don't you have been relying into the death of whom you call Jesus. You think one body is enough for 2,000 years? I thought you are so clever. Why can't you think a logic that one body isn't enough? That is why the prophets were beheaded, the apostles were crucified, you know, like Peter crucified on an X cross. You know, humans, don't you think that every bloodshed is what we paid for to deliver science? Humans, I knew each and every one. I am the blood of their people, as a spy to the whole world. You know, I am sent throughout incarnations as surveillance to the whole world. You shouldn't prophesy. You shouldn't talk about gods. You can, you know, you shouldn't talk about God. That's all I say. Spiritually, you can, whatever you want to do, because you are clean in spirit. But in your flesh, you aren't. Why? You're naked. You know? Even when you drink a coffee, that's demons already. You know why coffee is a demon? The coffee is the demon. When you drink a bath, you need to brush your teeth all the time. Why? No angels comes near you. Why? It stinks. You know, it stinks in your mouth. But when it goes to your belly, it becomes cleansed. But when you don't brush your teeth, that is smell like a cat shit.